There are four major networks in the PPV world. It's good to know the difference between the four networks, not only for technical reasons, but also to have an idea of the type of users on each network. For new PPV advertisers, this comparison will help you decide which network to get started with. And for you more seasoned PPV veterans, perhaps there'll be some information here that you haven't heard of before. Okay, so let's get going with the comparison of the four major PPV networks, and they are Media Traffic, 50 on Red, Trafficvine, and Lead Impact. Media Traffic, they have approximately 15 million monthly users, and these users have downloaded some sort of computer screensaver, wallpaper, toolbar, or some other software that Media Traffic provides. About 85% of Media Traffic's traffic comes from the US, with the remainder largely in Western Europe. Getting started with Media Traffic is going to set you back $200 to get going, and additional funding in your account will be at a minimum $100 each time. You can set it up for auto funding once your account drops below a specific value, say $10, then it will automatically charge your credit card with the minimum $100. Their minimum bid for the impression to a URL is 1.5 cents, and the pop-up browser that is sized at 1024 by 768. 50 on Red, they know how many users they have, but when I spoke to their sales rep, that was information that they weren't willing to give out, how many users they have, also what type of software or what people have downloaded to be a part of their network. They weren't willing to say. However, they did tell me that their top niches that are advertised within 50 on Red are in games and coupons. Most of the traffic for 50 on Red is in the US, with the remainder in Western Europe and South America. Getting started on 50 on Red is going to cost $500 for you, and minimum additional funding is $100 with them. Your minimum bid for impressions in the US is 1 cent, and the minimum bid for Canada, United Kingdom, Australia, and New Zealand is ½ cent for each impression. 50 on Red's pop-up has a browser size that is the same as the user's current browser window. Trafficvine, they have approximately 17 million monthly users, and they are largely a gaming network that their users are allowed to play their games for free. The top ad niches within Trafficvine, as they told me, are with coupons, casinos internationally, gaming, finance, and also insurance. Most of their traffic is from North America, but they do have a significant amount in Western Europe, South America, India, and Australia. Getting started with Trafficvine is $1,000, and each time you add funding, it is $500 to keep going. Their minimum bid is 1.1 cent per impression. Now, another thing you have to note with Trafficvine is if you want to advertise internationally, you're going to have a separate account. They have one account for advertising in the US and then one account for international. And each of these accounts require that initial $1,000 startup. Their pop-up browser is sized at 80% of the user's browser window. Lead Impact, they have about 20 million users in the US. That is their main source of traffic. They get traffic, their users, from installing computer software with adware on there. That's one source, and they also do have external traffic that they get from their partners, and that was the extent of how they explained it to me. Their top ad niches are insurance, retail apparel, and travel. Getting started with Lead Impact is $1,000, and additional funding is only $20 with them. Their minimum bid in the US is 1.5 cents per impression, and in Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand, the minimum bid is 1.2 cents. Their pop-up browser is sized at 1025 by 770.